Hey guys, it's been a hot minute since I've last made a video. This has been like a very eventful couple weeks. Eventful in a way that has made my blood pressure spike. Oh my God. So I turned in my notice at work. I start my new job on the 10th of July. I have a week off in between of jobs. It looks like, from what I can tell, I'm going to get the 2 weeks paid vacation that I'm owed. And my last day is the 30th, so I will be paid, I will get my paycheck for that and all of my money for my vacation time in just one big which I got a lot of things to do. And then it's going to be like a week of no pay. And then I'm not sure if I get paid like the next week after I work. So I have to be rather moderate with my spending. I'm able to pay the rent on the new place. I was able to pay the rent on the new place with the money I made on OnlyFans. Yes, I have an OnlyFans. But actually, I made about $2,000 in 3 weeks. The first week was like, oh my God, where's all this money coming from? The second week, I'm like, oh my God, it's great. And the third week is like, oh, okay. There's a limited amount of people that find me attractive, and I seem to have gotten all of them, so I'm good. I made a new friend. I made a couple new friends. This is kind of cool. One of them is an actor slash acting coach, teacher extraordinaire. His name is Peter, and he lives in Atlanta. And he was in a couple movies and TV shows that I sat there like, why is this guy's information showing up? It really freaked me out. I'm like going through my Instagram and I'm like, this guy had been talking to me and I paid no attention because I talked to a lot of people. If you look at how many people I talk to, it's probably in the thousands. Not in a day, but banter back and forth on stuff, or I'll like something they say to me because I don't have a lot of time. But anyway, this guy was like, he talked to me. I was nice because I like people mostly, unless I work with you and you're an idiot. But we're sitting there and I'm going through my Instagram and I see this picture and I'm like, I know that guy. That guy is, in this TV or in this movie. And I'm like, why is this on my feed? So I started flipping around and it's him. It scared the crap out of me. I was like, holy shit, I know somebody famous. It was just for my enjoyment, right? There's a couple other people I talked to that are actually somewhat bigwigs in the world. And that makes me happy. So oh my God, Wednesday, the movers are coming to get all my stuff. So I have to have everything packed, which is going to be criminal, how much I need to get done. And then Friday when I come home, I pack up all the little stuff that I'm keeping while I'm here, and then heading up to Lexington to get into my apartment, walk in the door and go, oh, I'm not sure when the movers are going to be dropping off my stuff in Lexington. So I'm a little freaked out that it's going to be like, oh, we're picking you up on Wednesday, we're going to drop it off on Friday. Friday's my last day of work. So that'll mean I will have to figure something out. I'll probably I'll just go to Lexington, let them in. It's going to take an hour, I think, for them to get it out. So I'm going to miss 5 hours of work. And I'll be like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I'm afraid they're going to hold up my vacation time based on if I stay all day Friday. So we'll figure it out. I have immense faith in me right now. It's completely what's the word I'm looking for? Misinformed. I don't know. And then we're going to go with other news because this is all just entertaining. Donald Trump's best friend, Vladimir Putin, has fled Moscow and went to St. Petersburg. Lyshenko's family airplane jet took off from Minsk last night and is now in Turkey. The Wagner Group has taken over Rostov-on-Don and is now sending troops up to Moscow. I think we're going to see yet another Russian Revolution, civil war. I don't think it's going to be much of a civil war, by the way. It's just going to be I remember the first one. Well, no, I don't. I don't remember the first Russian Revolution. I remember when the Soviet Union imploded, and that was the weirdest thing. Here was a country that we had all been saying, you ever watched the movie, what is that, Red Dawn, about the Russians and the Chinese and the North Koreans invading the U.S. and taking it over, and these little group of miscreants that, tried to fight and save the country, and somehow everything came out okay. Yeah, they didn't have the ability to do that. As we can see from Ukraine, they're not much of a threat. I think after this, Russia's going to be in such a different position in the world if it doesn't break up. But I remember when the Berlin Wall fell, and I was at college, because I'm a million years old, and we're sitting in front of TVs in my dorm, cheering as the wall's being pushed over. And we're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? And so if that was that group of people, it was 1990 or 91, and it could have been 89, but I think it was 90, 91. And I was running around cheering with my buddy, Brood Dog, Steve Rudolph, nice guy. And just like, holy crap, dude, this is the most amazing thing ever. And I think that's what we're having again. And hopefully this one ends like that one did, where it just like, the whole regime just went poof. And there was no like, millions of people need to die. No like people being shot or, it just kind of like collapsed and just merged. I think what would be best for the world is if the Russian government collapsed. They reorganized as many different countries, and then we start doing things like, I don't know, whatever St. Petersburg ends up being a country of, joins NATO. If Moscow wants to join NATO, join NATO. They have to uphold all the traditions, right? But I think that'd be for the best for the world. A military alliance of people who then say, oh, well, we can't go to war with each other because we're all allies. And by the way, we're all trained together. That's what I think. The EU could expand east in a positive way. Although I think a lot of countries are now realizing why the US really... So if you picture what the EU is, it's just like the United States of America, only a little less restrictive. What that also means, especially if you join the Euro, is that you can't say, oh, hey, we want to manipulate our currency so that we can bring in business. No, there's none of that. You're now stuck. Currency is a stuck thing. Cost of living is different, but the currency itself is stuck. So now you have to get tax breaks instead of saying, oh, well, we're just going to do this so that our currency stays at this level, and you can make more money by exporting than importing, and things like that. It becomes much less like pork grease. They just kind of like collapsed because literally how they worked before was they just devalued their money, and then people would rush in because it was cheaper to go there on vacation, and they'd spend all this money, And now they have the euro and they can't do that, so they're kind of like stuck. Anyway, my personal journey is going great. I'm in a much better place. I'm not trying to date. I am on Tinder, but it is, when I get to Lexington, it'll be different, but I still not going to be looking to date right away. I'm going to make friends, and I'm going to like get myself out there and be in the places where people are. So probably not next weekend. Next weekend's going to be unpacking, finding my new gym, which I know exactly which one I want, and I have to figure out how to pay for it. This is going to be a lot of fun. I get paid on Friday, so I'll be cash flush on Friday. It will be cash poor until then. I've got like a couple $100 coming in from OnlyFans Monday, but it won't get here till Wednesday. If everything aligns correctly, I will have the cash to pay for my movers when they show up and go, dink, there you go, thank you. And then when they get to my apartment, I'll be able to go, voila, we are done. It's all cash. All of this has to happen without me freaking the fuck out. And then I need, I was having a panic attack yesterday as I was trying to move money around, and I had to come up with $1,700, which I have to drive down to Lexington and hand to my new landlord. And I'm just like in this panic mode. And I got home, played with Wolfie for 2 seconds, made some transfers in my bank account, and went, I got it. Went and got the check. I got it. Showed up at work, like after being gone for like almost 2 hours. Nobody noticed. I'm like, this is awesome. Dude. I have to have a little more faith in myself and in the multiverse, because apparently it kind of likes me. And apparently a lot of you kind of like me. So this is it for today. I might come home and do something for Lexington Pride, or I might just chill because I am whooped. Oh my God. I love you guys. I love you, dude.